We are a young institute. IIT Hyderabad started just 5 years ago. Okay, so I think it's nice that they've given us this chance to at least talk about some of the things that we are doing. We believe we today have the expertise to tackle some of the challenges that are involved with future cities. I would also like to thank Mr. Khan for laying the stage. He has covered in the beginning a lot of data, a lot of information as to why this is a very vital and a very important topic. So it makes our job a lot easier in giving the presentation, and also will definitely stick to it. We have the presentation in about 3 parts. I am by profession an electrical engineer. Okay, so I'll talk a little bit about it. Then I'll request my Dean Planning and the head of the Department of Civil Engineering, Professor Subramaniam, to say a few words on some of the works that they are doing in civil engineering. And then to get to the digital component, I'll request Dr. Kiran Kuchi from Electrical Engineer, who is more of a communication engineer, so he'll say a few words on that. So it'll be a team presentation, but we'll manage within the time span of 10 minutes. Right at the outset, what I would get, rather than getting into the other aspects which are already covered by Mr. Kant, what we want to focus on and what we believe are going to be the key ingredients out here. One of the biggest thing is going to be structures and smart materials. Okay, so this is something we're already focusing on. A lot of work is going on. Professor Subramaniam will talk about it, and I have my young faculty, Ranjit, who works in smart materials, also with us out here. The other components which were highlighted towards the end of the presentation, integrated water resource management. We do have faculty members who have joined recently. Some of them are IIT Kanpur and other IIT graduates who will be working in this area, both integrated water resource management, sanitation, and public health. Another component which was very alluded by Mr. Kant is digital cities. Coming from an electrical engineering background, to me that is going to be one of the most important component, and perhaps the most novel component that is going to come into future cities. Infrastructure has been there, structures have been there, materials have been there, sanitations have been there, and we can look at the history of Rome, we can look at even Hyderabad, where what Vishweshwarya had done to set up all the water management systems. Okay. But this is something which is going to be very, very crucial, and a lot of work needs to be done because communication engineers in India have not focused on this domain. They have basically focused on mobile phones, cellular communication, and internet and other aspects, sensors and communication. Sensor development, sensors which have to be not retrofitted but has to be part of the structures that we are developing, and concomitant communication technologies. This will bring in things like self-powered sensors. If you're fitting it into the structures, you can't go and change batteries periodically. Okay, so a lot of fantastic challenges will coming, and we are doing some work in this particular domain. Another component which I think will integrate everything, and that's why we have this hexagonal packed slides out here, is sociology of digital city. I have my faculty member, Dr. Haripriya. She is a sociologist, and she would be involved in some of this work. I think all said and done, we can get the technology in place, we will have all the other infrastructure in place, communication in place, but finally it's the human beings who are going to use it, human beings who are going to interact, human beings who are going to bump into each other. How is that going to change? We all have seen how we have changed with the advent of cell phones. With this future cities, digital cities, smart cities, digital world, whatever we would like to call it, sociology and the social scientists are going to play a major role, and our perspective is that we should integrate them into the overall picture right from day one. Okay. I'll request now Professor Subramaniam to take over.
Thank you, Desai. Talking about the Indian context, I think this has already been mentioned. We see it, of course, there's tremendous growth in India on the economic front, and that's generating enormous pressure for us to modernize our infrastructure and also to expand. So we're looking at have to modernize thing and to meet the needs of our growing economy. And of course, numbers are staggering. You can look at any kind of report where the estimate from $7 trillion over the next 10 years to bring our infrastructure to speed to basically support the kind of growth that we want to see in our economy. The twin problem that we have, of course, in India, and of course this has been presented in greater detail by our previous speaker, is urbanization. We are sitting on the cusp of great urbanization, a lot of migration from the rural areas to cities, where cities, of course, are now being looked upon as engines of growth. But then, of course, they bring upon with them a lot of problems. We're looking at staggering numbers. We're looking at 500 million people living in cities. Then that, of course, brings with it a lot of infrastructure challenges. We have to provide for health. transportation and mobility has to be taken care of it. Of course, you can address these problems at different levels. And of course, at IIT Hyderabad, we're looking at it from an engineering solution point of view. We're looking at it from looking at affordable housing systems, which basically look at low-cost housing solution. We're looking at problems like resource limitation. We will not have material available in plenty to go around with the business as usual model. So we have to look at alternative scenarios, alternative building materials to be able to sustain the kind of construction we're managing, or we're planning, what we have in mind. We have to look at disaster, post-disaster mitigation, because there's a major problem with most of our urbanized cities with very high density populations. Sanitation and water supply, we need low-cost solutions. Water audit and water management at the small level, micro level, and at the macro city catchment level to ensure that we manage our water resources very efficiently. All these are needed to sustain the growth, to have a sustainable city of the kind we're talking about. But there's a unique angle to Indian cities, which of course has been talked about before in the previous presentation. That is, we have a tremendous amount of history. So that brings with it a lot of legacy and heritage that we've inherited. So when we're going forward and we're talking about modern architecture, we can talk about infrastructure growth. So there is the engineering solution aspect of it, for which we engineers are very capable of handling it. We can provide engineering solutions that will take care of the growth aspect of it. But then we have to integrate our legacy, and that brings with it all kinds of social challenges. We have to look at the sociology of our development, integrating the legacy, our heritage, our culture, with this modern development that we're talking about. And in fact, that photograph over there shows on the top right corner is very depictive of what I'm talking about. And we have to incorporate technology. And basically what we'll have is breakthrough technologies, like what happened with telephones. We basically leapfrog telephones, went into cell phone technology. Something similar will happen. We have to integrate technology into our infrastructure development. It'll become a part of our daily life. And basically think of digital cities in the future as we go along, incorporating our legacy into our future growth plans. So with that, I'd like to invite my colleague, Dr. Kiran Kuch, to talk about the technology aspect of the digital cities.
Thank you, Professor Subramanian. Well, we touched upon this aspect of digital city a few times. Wireless communication and cellular communication has been a tremendous success that we know. But I think the next revolution is going to be sensors, a convergence of sensors, networks, and big data in the context of smart cities. So essentially, in the so-called smart cities, you will see millions and millions of sensors embedded everywhere, whether it's for pollution tracking, traffic management, transportation management, all sorts of various purposes. Okay, so today, we don't have low-cost sensor technologies that embed both communication modules and sensor modules. So at IIT Hyderabad, we are taking the lead. We have about 10, 12 faculties contributing to this integrated sensors and communication modules. Okay, so we are developing chipsets. Along with that, we'll also have technology for the cellular communication. So the sensors and communication modules will be forming a sensor networks, and then this data will be pooled, and this pooled data will be fed to a cellular gateway, like a base station or a GSM base station tower, and then all this data will be pooled to a centralized server, and where you collect lots of data, and this data has to be managed. That leads to what is called big data analytics. So we're essentially going to focus on development of chipsets, low-cost chipsets, indigenous technology, embedding sensors and communication modules. Along with that, we want to focus on big data management, data analytics. And with this, I think we can make a big impact in the coming years. So that's our view at this point. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was
Just a last slide, just to show you the kind of approach we're taking at IIT Hyderabad. We're drawing upon several disciplines to basically come up with an integrated solution. And we believe that in addition to civil and electrical engineering, we need a strong participation from the sciences to develop some technology solutions. And of course, sociology and economics form an integrated part of whatever we're looking at in terms of a solution that possibly can emerge from this. So with that, I'd like to thank you and probably open the floor for questions. Thank you.